the tip of Cedar Point.
Are there any spirits here at this lighthouse?
Severe weather and vandalization has made this lighthouse suffer over the years.
Is there anything you want to say? Please let me know.
My name is Nicholas. I am a young paranormal investigator in search of proof of the spirit world. I am also a person that can easily sense and feel spirit energy around me. I am joined by my uncle and cameraman, William, and my father and executive producer, Nick. We will search for ghosts at some of the world's most creepiest haunts. This is a haunted legacy. For our next ghost hunt, we are driving to the town of East Hampton, New York, to search for an abandoned lighthouse and its possible ghosts that's situated at the tip of Cedar Point and near a local park. Once we got out of our car, we walked to the edge of a cliff to try and spot the lighthouse. After that, we started our way to the beach. Alright, so now we're here at the beach, and this is the land bridge that was created from the hurricane in 1938, and the lighthouse is at the tip. So Dad and Uncle William, are you guys ready? Let's go. Cedar Island used to be an isolated island prior to this hurricane. Then we began our long walk to the lighthouse. As we were all walking, we got bitten by several mosquitoes. Our long stroll to the lighthouse took a total of around 40 minutes in length. It felt like forever. And of course, it was very hot indeed. I guarantee you we'll be there in roughly 10 minutes, or maybe even less. At last, the lighthouse started to appear closer to us in the distance. We've arrived at the lighthouse. Okay, we've finally arrived at the Cedar Island Lighthouse, and here's the history to it. Before this lighthouse was built, there used to be an original lighthouse that was built adjacent to it in 1839. But apparently it wasn't useful enough. So therefore, this new and current lighthouse was built in 1868, and the old lighthouse was demolished. The lantern from the old lighthouse was placed inside the new lighthouse. And Sag Harbor was very beneficial back in the old days, and it was one of the most important ports on the east coast of the United States. Now we're gonna do a ghost hunt here, because when I was a younger kid, I came to this lighthouse for the first time, and I always felt it might have been haunted. So let's now walk up to it. Severe weather and vandalization has made this lighthouse suffer over the years. And this lighthouse also caught on fire in 1974. This lighthouse is also in the process of being restored as a bed and breakfast. As we all walked to the lighthouse, I took out my ghost hunting equipment. I did an EVP session.
Let's turn on my equipment. Voice recorder too. Let's see. Here we go. Wow. Look at that entrance. Oh, my ghost meter's spiking. Or is that my phone? Are any spirits here at this lighthouse?
My uncle and my father followed me from behind, and we walked up the stairs on the side of the lighthouse.
Start another one. Alright, who's haunting the Cedar Island Lighthouse? My name is Nicholas.
My Uncle William and I discussed about the lighthouse once we got up the stairs. Alright, Uncle William, so how do you feel about lighthouses? Like, what do you think of this one? Do you feel sad for it? The fact that it's not being restored yet? It seems prolonged.
Well, they know what they're doing, so I guess whoever's in charge knows what they're doing. So,
yeah, I mean,
it's like a long process. So.
And in 1974, this place caught on fire, and it's been vandalized, and there's been damage for a lot of years. Now that's uncontrollable. Like, how do you interpret that? It's because you can't control the uncontrollable.
Right. That's it. That's about it. Nothing to say, really.
Yeah. No. And now let's walk this way.
There's the door right there, built in 1868, and it's still standing.
Uncle William,
You know?
how do you feel about lighthouses in general? Like, they have purpose.
Yeah, they do. They got the big ships. Or they used to anyway. I
Yeah,
know.
but this lighthouse is losing its lantern, in case you see that.
Yeah.
We were getting hungry, so we picked a spot to sit down and take a small break. We packed some granola bars to hold us over, along with a few bottles of water.
We're just taking a little break, sitting down. Seeing if anything happens. Uncle William, I'm just saying, if it's possible, if it was possible, if we had somebody like a worker or something, would you go inside the lighthouse if he let us in?
I guess, yeah.
Even if it's all like decrepit inside or if it has a bad smell?
Hard to say because if it's all, you never know what could fall down and kill you. Seriously.
Yeah, but even the bad
A
smell.
beam could fall down or a brick or whatever. You never know. You never know what you're going to step on and trip over.
Some people do, they're like
Yeah,
crazy kids.
they're a bunch of idiots. You never know what could happen. You could trip on something and hit your head, or somebody could fall.
On this side on the way back.
Fall.
Okay,
You know.
yeah, that's true.
After we had a snack, I split from my father and uncle and circled the lighthouse once and started a second EVP session.
Hello to any ghosts haunting the Cedar Island Lighthouse. Once again, my name is Nicholas, and I come in peace. I mean you no harm. If there's anything at unrest here, manifest yourself. Don't be intimidated by my presence. If there's anything dark here, I mean you no harm, absolutely. I'm not provocative. Even by saying that, I'm not provocative. Nothing happened yet on the ghost meter. It does look haunted. When I was a kid, like a very young kid, I remember having that experience because I thought I had a weird vibe. I was here when I was like 7 or 8 before I started my ghost hunting show. And it just came to my mind that it was haunted. I'm still a kid now, but when I was a younger kid, I had that experience. So let's check back on my voices.
Hello to any ghosts haunting the Cedar Island Lighthouse. Once again, my name is Nicholas,
Oh, I sound
and I
pathetic.
come in peace. I mean you no harm.
I thought I heard something.
If there's anything at all,
Let me rewind.
once again, my name is Nicholas, and I come in peace. I mean you no harm.
What was that?
And my name is Nicholas, and I come in peace. I mean you
Oh, that's
no
just the
harm.
wind. That's nothing. I thought I heard like a deep growl. But it was nothing. There's the boat.
Once I was finished, we got back together. Before we left, I asked my uncle and my father if I could circle the lighthouse one last time and make a final attempt to capture anything.
Now I'm gonna walk to the lighthouse and circle.
My uncle and my father followed me from below. I did one last EVP session outside the lighthouse. Suddenly, my ghost meter started to beep.
Whoa. What's that? That's weird.
Got a little spike. The big question is, what could have made my ghost meter detect something while we were far out on the beach?
Whoa. Whoa. What's that? That's weird.
Got a little spike.
I'm pointing it towards the pipes and it's not doing anything. So that's funny that happened at Grandma's house. Follow me. Here's my last recording session. One last loop around the lighthouse, and then we're done here. Alright, last chance, spirits. Is there anything you want to say? Please let me know. Anything you want to share about your life? Are there any people from the 1800s, 1900s, whatever, that are haunting this place? If there are? Because I feel something. That's for sure. There's this shed right here. Let me see if I can go in there. I wonder if there's any asbestos in here. Or in here, in this pump house. Oh, it smells like rotting flesh in there. Hello in there.
Alright, so that's a wrap for the Cedar Island Lighthouse. The long walk was worth it, and the whole time nothing happened, but it still rings a bell to me. And I'm glad I took that huge undertaking. This is my Uncle William's first time, and this is my third time in 12 years. Too bad it's not open, but hopefully this lighthouse will see light at the end of the tunnel, and be restored. As far as the paranormal energy goes, I'm not saying that it doesn't occur here, And just because it didn't happen now, it doesn't mean that it's not here. But it was worth a shot. We now started the long walk back. The Cedar Island Lighthouse has been sitting abandoned and desolate for more than a century, and petitions have been made to help restore it one day. Back in 2006, I was able to visit this lighthouse for the very first time, and I had a sense that it might have been haunted. And now, 12 years later, I have returned with my crew, and I also uncovered a lot of the history behind it. During our investigation, we didn't capture any evidence except for that moment where my ghost meter spiked and beeped near the base of the tower. I really felt that this could have been paranormal. This lighthouse truly has a lot to offer. And let us pray that this lighthouse actually will see light at the end of the tunnel.